get this information out as broadly as possible. As I said earlier this evening, this is a very dangerous, an extremely dangerous individual, and we need the public's assistance to identify him as quickly as possible. We've got copies of this flyer for you, and we're also going to be emailing it to you electronically. And as we said, please help us get this out as quickly as possible. The investigation is ongoing. We will be back here at 7 o'clock to provide more details about the investigation. At this time, we just wanted to get this out as quickly as we could and ask you to help us to get this out broadly so we can identify this individual and arrest him before he hurts someone else, either in the city or somewhere else in the general area. So if you have any specific questions about the suspect that we're looking for, I'll be happy to answer those at this time. Yes. It was at the location of the shooting. That's correct. What other details can you provide about this? He is a white male. He's a younger white male. We're estimating between 21 and 25 years of age. He's approximately 5'9" in height, and as you will see, he has on a very distinctive sweatshirt that has markings. And I would point out that also the vehicle that you'll see has a very distinctive front license plate. So again, hopefully these things will help us to identify this individual. And our people, our investigators are standing by. One of the things that we have been able to do in the past couple of hours is set up a 1-800 number for any leads that could come into this task force. That would be 1-800-CALL-FBI, and the number is also listed there. There are operators standing by to take any information that would be provided, and what we're asking is, regardless of how small people think that the information they have might be, we want them to call us. We have investigative teams that are prepared to go out and follow every lead that is sent into this hotline number, and that's what we really need at this point. We need information. We've got a good starting point here. We've got a good suspect, and what we need now is to get the assistance of the community. If they see this car, if they see this individual, we do not want them to approach this person. We want them to call 911 and allow us and our partners to address this situation. Do you still believe he's in the Charleston area? We have no reason to believe he's not in the Charleston area. He could be outside, and we're disseminating this information broadly across all of our law enforcement partners, not only on the Charleston region, but also on the East Coast. Any motive? Well, as I said earlier, that we believe this is a hate crime. That's how we're investigating it. That's part of the investigation, and we'll talk about that later.
Where is your search happening right now? What parts of the city? Can you tell us?
Well, we have investigators in various locations, but we'll talk more about that at 7.
Can you comment on reports that you let one woman escape?
We'll talk more about that at 7. Anything about the suspect or the suspect vehicle? Okay.
What efforts are being done with other local law enforcement up and down the interstate?
We have a broad way of communicating, not just to the region, but also to law enforcement agencies throughout the United States. That communication process is in place. The same information that you have has been broadcast to law enforcement at the local, state, and federal level all across the United States.
Yeah, I hear you talking specifically about the suspect. At 6 o'clock, about to be rush hour for commuters. What do people need to know other than what they look at? Is it safe to go out?
Well, obviously, at this point, we want everybody to be vigilant. We want them to see, if they see anything that is suspicious, we want them to call us. And right now, we've got teams of investigators. We have uniform officers. We have FBI agents, SLED agents all over the city, and along with our local law enforcement partners. So we'll be looking for this individual and for this car just like everyone else. This is a all-hands-on-deck effort with the community as well as law enforcement, and I think with that effort, we'll find this person quickly. Well, what I'm telling you, that when people go out, they should be vigilant. They should be aware of their surroundings, and if they see anything suspicious, they should call law enforcement.
What's the reward?
We'll announce that at 7 o'clock.
What type of make and model is the car? Can you tell from it?
I'm not going to give a make and model because at this point we're not 100% sure, and that would be inappropriate. We just want people to look at this vehicle, and if they see one that matches that description, to call law enforcement. Thank you very much. We'll be back at 7 o'clock.
All right, so that is the Chief of Police, Greg Mullen. He is doing this in stages. At 7 o'clock, they say they'll be back. That's Eastern time to give more details about what happened inside this historic black church in South Carolina. We do know that at about 8 or so local time last night, there was a Bible study going on, and the gunman that they're putting this flyer out for right now walked in and opened fire. He's described as approximately in his 20s. You see what he looks like. You see what he is wearing. They believe he is of slender build. He was driving this car, they believe, a four-door underneath, dark-colored or black. Supposedly, it's a distinctive license plate. You can't tell that from the flyer, and they're looking for help. They believe he's still in the Charleston area. There are also reports that 9 people were killed. 1 was left alive, reportedly because this gunman wanted someone to tell what had happened. Let's check in with Nick Valencia. He is on the scene.